What is up, FBG fam? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Now, for today's video, I wanted to speak about a specific topic on whether the Raiden Shogun Baal is going to be as good as Venti and Zhongli, the other two Archons that we have in the game. Now, you're probably well aware, especially if you're a veteran of the game, that Venti and Zhongli are arguably one of the strongest characters that you can have on your account in Genshin Impact. Venti, I think at one point was considered the best character and one of the strongest, and I think Zhongli currently right now is considered, in my opinion, the best character in the game and one of the strongest assets that you can have on your account. And now people are wondering if the Raiden Shogun Baal herself will fall along the similar lines and be, at least on par with them. The reason why I wanted to speak about this topic as well is because based off of my last video, I've seen a few comments of people stating that Baal won't be, or that she is not going to be strong, or whatever the case may be, something to that effect. And I'm here to go ahead and state that that is simply just not true. And that is because if you take a look at her kit, she's just offering way too much. Now, once again, this is early looks, and once again, I cannot go into details because her official kit hasn't been released by MiHoYo themselves, and I am going to wait because I don't want to give away any spoilers, and I would like for you guys to figure this out for yourselves. But if you want the information, once again, massive shout out to Honey Hunter World. A link to the website will be in the description down below, as well as you can join the Discord. A link will be in the description down below where we have that information, and you could talk Genshin with like-minded people. So let's get into it. Let's really just get into the nitty-gritty, and let me just explain the reasons why I believe, in my opinion, Raiden Shogun will be on par, at the very least be on par with Zhongli and Venti. And in my opinion, if you're asking me what I truly think, I think she may actually even surpass them. Now, it's hard to say about Zhongli because he's damn good. He really is. But I think she is going to be stronger than Venti and maybe a better asset to the team. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Well, there are some very strong similarities. I mentioned this in my last video between the Archons. So Venti being a CC crowd controller and really being centered around his ult. The same with Zhongli, a very good CCing character with his petrification and really being centered around his ult. His shield as well, of course, but his ult is one of the best, if not the best, in the game. And the Raiden Shogun is going to be no different. Her gameplay is going to be centered around her ult as well. But she is not going to have the capabilities of CCing like the other two Archons. But she's going to be an absolute battery for your team. That's where her support really starts to kick in. She's going to be able to provide so much energy back to your team, but not only the team, but to herself, that is going to be utterly ridiculous, to where you're going to be popping ults left and right. The other thing that I did want to mention is that her damage output is going to be insane. I've been seeing people saying that she's going to be weak, that she's not going to be strong, she's not going to be capable of being a main DPS. And I did state in my last video that I think the Raiden Shogun is going to be more of a sub DPS, just because of the way you're going to be wanting to optimally use her. Let's talk about what a sub DPS is really quickly, because I think some people are confused on that as well. A sub DPS, it doesn't mean that that character can't do damage. That's why it has DPS at the end of it. It means that the character is not meant to stay out on the field for a prolonged period of time. You're going to go ahead and let that character do what it's supposed to do damage wise, and then you're going to sub them out, sub your other characters in, let them do what they're supposed to do, and then you bring that character back in. The way the Raiden Shogun is going to play is that you're going to have constant rotation because of her ult. For the uptime and the downtime and the cooldown, there's going to be a constant rotation. At least that's how you're going to want to preferably play her. You can play her any way you want to. You can make her main DPS, keep her out there all day long. Don't switch anybody in because you just want to see her the whole time. That's perfectly fine. You can do that. But if you're talking about the optimal playstyle, then there's going to be a rotation going on, and it's just as simple as that. But if you think about it, that's how you play the other Archons as well. If you think about Venti, what do? You pop his E, you pop his Q, and then you get him out of there, right? And then you switch into your other characters. Same with Zhongli for the most part. If you're playing him optimally, once again, you pop his E, you pop his Q, and then you get him on out of, actually you'll pop his ult, and then you'll pop his elemental skill, and then you'll get him out of there because he's providing that tanky shield for you, and then you can let your main DPS do what they're supposed to do and not be really too concerned. Same with Venti. The enemies are going to be in that black hole. There's nothing that they can do unless it's a large boss, of course, and then you let your main DPS run rampant. But with the Raiden Shogun, it might be a little bit different. So you're going to, you know, pop her ult. Well, you're going to go ahead and pop her elemental skill, and then you'll pop her ult. But then you can leave her out there and she can do the damage herself. I'm telling you guys, I wish I can get into her kit. I wish I can really get into some details. But if you see it for yourself, if you go on the Honey Hunter World or if you join the Discord, her ult is going to hit like a truck, just like Venti's and just like Zhongli's. But what's really different is that it's hard to explain without being able to really talk about it. It's quite frustrating, but she is going to hit hard. Let's just put it that way. She's gonna hit hard. So people saying that she's weak, or people saying that she's only a support, or people saying that she's only gonna be a battery, that she's not gonna be able to do any damage, you have not looked into her kit. You have not really studied what she's bringing to the table, because if you did, you will instantly see, especially if you have the right build on her, and especially if you're doing the proper rotations, she's gonna hit like a truck. I don't know where people are getting this notion that she's not going to, because you simply look at her kit and you can tell right off the bat, if you understand what's going on, that she's gonna hit like a meteor. Pun intended? No pun intended. Because what you're gonna want to do as far as her rotations is you're gonna want to go ahead and pop her elemental skill. You're then gonna want to switch through all your party members and pop all their ults. Then you want to go back into the Raiden Shogun, pop her ult, and then she's going to just be running rampant, at least for the time that her ult is up, which I will tell you is not that long. Once again, not going to go into details, not to spoil anything, but it's not that long. But I think it's enough to just about clear anything. I think it's enough time to clear literally just about anything if I think her ult's going to hit as hard as I think it's going to. And then you take her out, you do the rotation once again, and then you should be all set to go. You can then go ahead and pop the elemental skill. Once again, take her out, same rotation. And she's going to be feeding the team energy, so they're all going to have their ults again, and then you can go right back into the Raiden Shogun and go ahead and do it once more. Now, people are also concerned about the energy costs. It's high, yeah, but she's providing so much energy for herself, and especially if you provide the right build, it's gonna be a non-issue. I promise you, it's gonna be a non-issue. So really, just to sum it up, just to really kind of TLDR this whole thing, and if you stayed this whole time, I do truly appreciate it. Thank you. She's gonna be as strong, she's gonna be as good as Venti and Zhongli. I think I can confidently say she's going to be better than Venti. Of course, in certain situations, right? If you got a massive amount of mobs, Venti's going to be super ideal, right? But I think she's going to be stronger in terms of damage and utility than Venti, and is going to be on par with Zhongli. We would have to wait and see until she officially releases, and then we actually use her to see definitively. But, you know, at the end of the day, of course, Genshin Impact is all about having fun, enjoying yourself. And keep in mind, this is an Archon that we're talking about, and MiHoYo already went ahead and messed up with Zhongli once. I wouldn't say they messed up, but they already upset the community once with Zhongli, and you best believe they're not going to go ahead and do that again, especially not with the Raiden Shogun, especially not with how much hype is behind her, and especially not with how much people are anticipating this character dropping. So MiHoYo's not going to go ahead and make that mistake again. So I can assure you, if you had any doubts, I can assure you she's going to be a strong character. And when she officially drops, or when MiHoYo officially releases the details on Baal, the Raiden Shogun, I will be there to go ahead and really go into detail with you guys, really break down the kit, really give you a full understanding of what I'm talking about, because at this moment I'm speaking in generalities, and it's the most frustrating thing in the world, and I wish I could just go into details on the reason why, you know, compare her with Zhongli, compare her with Venti stat wise and things of that nature. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to wait until the official information is released, and then we can speak about it all together. So if you want to be here for that, if you want to get that information, then make sure to sub to the channel. We are very close to 30K. Your support means the world to me, and we're going to be really honing in on this character specifically. So if you enjoy that as well, if you're hashtag Baal Supremacy, this is the right channel for you. Also, if you enjoyed the video today, go ahead and drop a like. I know I was kind of abstract, and I was very not, you know, specific, but it's just the way I have to be for right now. Also, if you want to catch my Genshin Impact streams, we are always going to be live at least Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at around 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that is twitch.tv/furtherbeyondgaming. You can catch me over there for some really cool streams, have a really good time. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Once again, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like what you saw. I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.